Hi. Oh, we're so boned.
It looks like it's just us today. Good morning, everybody. Rise and grind. I didn't even do the countdown. It's just your boy Sue and your boy Ozzy on this one, and we're bringing on some people to talk about the near metaverse, which is cool. I actually have a long Twitter thread that I haven't got to posting yet, but I might post it after this show on this whole topic of the metaverse. So before we talk metaverse, and we also have technical analysis today, which should be good. Before we talk metaverse, we have some news for the week. Sue, do you have
Yeah, I got the link right here. I can get us started. So everything's moving over to AstroDAO for community stuff. And a lot of people have questions about that. So bring your questions to the live AMA session on Twitter. It starts tomorrow. Today's the 11th. So November 12th is tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. GMT. I don't know much about AstroDAO. I myself have just started using it, so I should probably go visit that AMA and find out what it is.
Yeah, so the one thing I'll say about AstroDAO is that so there was Sputnik V1, and that came out in March, and then Sputnik V2 came out, and instead of trying to get people to use Sputnik V2 and the really base code logic where you'd have to custom code every single DAO, the Near team basically decided that with Jordan, they were going to make a more user-friendly and generic purpose Sputnik V2 kind of machine pack, starter pack. And so Astro is basically just like the super easy to use, intuitive, beautiful UI UX process of building a Sputnik V2 DAO. But have a look at Sputnik V2. It's super stacked.
Grabbing my charger. You can take the next one.
So the show notes, this talk starts in 15 minutes, and this talk is going to be going on while we're doing Rise and Grind. So maybe we'll keep this live while we're talking to our people. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't even know if you can still get tickets, but it's on blockchain and the principles of good governance, and Ilya is giving it. So definitely have a look at this. It will probably be on YouTube after, so that's cool. We talked about the bio network in an hour. So you can talk about this one. You're the Reddit guy.
Yeah. So in 1 hour from now, so this is just a link to the sub. There will be a DeBio AMA on r/near protocol, and it's a pretty good deal. A lot of people, in fact, have been cheating the system, of course, because there's free money. But you can get the top comment is now chosen by the hosts themselves, but they will win 10 near for it. So that's I haven't checked the price today, but that's $110. So definitely worth doing. DeBio Network's a really cool project. We've had them on here already, so definitely check that out. That'll be posted probably about an hour from now on the sub.
Nice. Okay. We will do a little bit. So the Gen C Crypto Challenge. This is a pretty cool bounty for people who are interested in hacking and growth hacking, right? So basically the way it's working is they have bounties set up for the best growth campaigns, and you submit a proposal, and then the best one that you execute and deliver, you win the money for. So if you're a hacker in this space, a growth hacker, and you know what the hell's going on, you're gonna make some bank with this. I actually should share this with some people, to be honest. Cool.
The next one we have here is the Aurora Idea. So this is obviously, we've talked about it on the show already. It's a pretty big deal. A lot of people are trying to get in on this first investment round for them, and it's being offered on Boca Chica. So if you want to learn how that actually works, there's a really good Medium article that just kind of walks you through it. There's a ton of attention going to this Aurora token. I myself would do it if I knew how to invest. So it's definitely bullish on the Aurora token.
And on that same topic, here is just the overview of the IDOs. Oh, well, those be gone. All right. That one didn't make it. So CheddarFi and ChromeCat partnering for a meme contest. That's kind of lower profile news, but if you're a DJ and you want to make some money, do your memes. In light of multi-DAO integration between Cheddar and ChromeCats. Cheddar is like a DeFi loyalty program. Boring technical announcement. Our first ephemeral. Jesus, Trevor is so smart. He uses big words like ephemeral.
It's ephemeral
between CheddarFi and ChromeCats will be deployed on Monday. Blah blah blah. Community-oriented DAO innovation. Cheese cats near November. Dope. Okay.
This is a low energy tweet right there.
That really is. That really is. Okay, vote for Ilya as the best blockchain CEO. That's always a good one, right?
Yeah, I mean he's in with like alongside like the Coinbase guys, the Binance
alongside
guys,
the greats, alongside the CEO of Electroneum. Joe, haven't you heard of Richard Ellis?
Of course. I'm actually voting for Richard. I mean, I love Ilya, but Richard, he just does great work.
He's just got the baby face, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's seducing.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, see, you like to see it. You know, you like to see that kind of parody.
Yeah.
So there's an emoji roundup also in the Near ecosystem. That's kind of cool.
I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
This one, he does like a breakdown of like with emojis, like the easiest overview of what's going on. So like the first one, he was like, you know, these are the NFTs. The second one, and then here's the EVM, DeFi. It's a really easy way of understanding what's happening. They're very clever. I like these a lot. I'm gonna actually like it right now. Very clever, Ethan. Pamp it, Ethan. Yeah, there's also, we were trying to get some of the NFT people on here because there's some really dope NFT stuff going on in Near these days. So you just kind of got to be willing to dig a little bit and look for it. Pretty sure a Near Punk right now is going for like $500 on Paros.
Yeah. There's even higher ones, but what's really cool about that is if you look at like the price floor is going up. Like you used to be, I mean, just a few weeks ago, I found one for 15 Near. And now like it's really hard to find something below like the 30 Near price point. It's all kind of trending upwards. So that's kind of turning into our own little, crypto punk collection. So get you one.
Get you one. Yeah, that's cool. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's a quick news day. I'm not sure if there's any other big announcements that you know of beyond what's listed here.
No, just, I mean, sharding should come out in 4 days. So I think Mansa Keita will talk about that with technical analysis and everything going on that later. So that'll be probably the focus. So, okay, let's talk about what we're bringing on today and what we're talking about today. And this is, so I will warn people, this is a very trending topic. So if you heard about University of Austin, Lex Friedman brought on Neil Ferguson. They talk about the metaverse. The most recent Joe Rogan with Ben Shapiro, they talk about the metaverse. The metaverse is becoming part of the zeitgeist, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a big part of the zeitgeist. And today we are bringing on Jeff and Nick and Cronier in spirit, because I don't know where Cronier is. I think he might be taking some time, a little illness. But they're talking about the metaverse that they're building for Near, the Near hub that they're building. And basically, they're going to be sharing live demoing of the Near hub. And we're just going to talk metaverse, what they think about the future and all that before Matt Cicada comes on. So I'm gonna bring them on now, and we'll talk about the Near metaverse. So, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear us? Okay.
I can hear perfect. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. We can, Jeff.
Welcome to Rise and Grind.
Hey guys, happy to be here.
Great. Is it early for you guys?
It is.
Technically it's early, but I'm still rising and grinding from yesterday. So yeah.
Love to hear it.
We love to hear it. We love to see it. Great. So cool. Why don't we get into, I mean, first things first, most people are like, what the fuck is the metaverse? And then within that, people are like, what does it mean for Near to have a hub in the metaverse? Do you guys want to start with those two softballs?
there's what Facebook wants it to be, and then there's what we're going to decide it's going to be through our actions, like our decisions we all make collectively right now on the blockchain.
Nice.
And I really enjoy the idea of everyday people having the say, and especially with this kind of technology, like democratizing the metaverse is like kind of like turned into our big goal, especially since, we're getting all this free promotion.
And the metaverse, for those that don't know, it's essentially an immersive 3D world that you can enter into. With ours, it's either you can use it with a computer, phone, or full VR set, and then kind of be fully immersed into it, can communicate with people, can go explore. It's kind of, imagination is kind of the limit.
Yeah, Cronier took me through there on a little tour one time, and it was like really groundbreaking for me. I've never done a metaverse, any kind of VR thing like that, so it was really, it definitely had like that wow factor for me. I was wondering what you guys think beyond just like, wow, that's neat. Like, what are the main use cases for something like this within the near community?
There's so many. We're
We're,
already being approached by DAOs and different guilds and organizations that just want to use it as a meeting place because it does facilitate a kind of human interaction, like a feel that you don't really get in other social media types.
Yep.
And then also, we're going to be adding functionality for some of that. I don't know if Jeff wants to talk about it later on or something, but
yeah, we're going to be implementing a NFT marketplace into there as well. There's a in-world little camera function that you can like take pictures in there or do selfies, and then we're adding some functionality so that you can just hit a button and that'll turn into an NFT in your wallet, and then you can list it on the marketplace.
Cool.
We're going to be updating the communication system in there to allow like peer-to-peer encrypted conversations or group conversations, video calls, and then adding in some like in-game interactions so that we can kind of put some gameplay into there, and then bring in some like real-world use cases, like talking with Swagger DAO about putting in a little store in there so that people can buy NFTs and then get a real sweater in the real world as well, and then maybe dress up their avatar with the hoodie and that kind of thing.
the fun part about this project is everybody comes to us with like a new use case.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. I'm having a crazy like Westworld moment where Jeff's like sitting there and he's like, yeah, we're just building out this infrastructure for like an NFT marketplace in the metaverse, and my mind's running like 2 years from now what this is going to be, and it's just disgusting. Like, it's crazy.
I'm sure it's already there.
We have to keep calming our mind down sometimes when we're working on stuff. It's like, okay, whoa. Like, yes.
Right.
But, so maybe like, I think what is the relationship of the metaverse that you guys are building to the near blockchain? So like, I guess what that means is it's like you're integrating the near blockchain to this digital reality that you're building. Is that kind of like the summary of what Near Hub is, as distinction from like another metaverse that might be built elsewhere?
Well, Near Hub, the main kind of purpose of it is to kind of be an interactive hub, so to speak, for everything on the Near ecosystem. So the main room, there's like a building for DeFi, gaming, NFTs, education, infrastructure. So someone can kind of go into there, and then there'll be like links for all the different projects, and they can go explore different things. Some of them will have different rooms, so they can go there, and the rooms, like, it's kind of like a website, but they can put like, you can actually put an employee in your website.
Yeah.
Like you could have someone doing tech support, and they can open up, share their screen in the metaverse and show the person and explain it. And like, it's
Super cool.
Yeah.
So if you've ever played Rust, like, some of those like role play gamers that will pretend to be merchants and stuff like that, you can actually do that in this metaverse.
Dude, this is going to be so crazy. Okay, so before we look at it, before we demo it, can you guys each talk a little bit about your backgrounds? And I'm actually specifically interested about when you heard about the metaverse, because I don't think I heard the term max up to 1 year ago. So a little bit about each of
I
yourselves.
experienced it and had that wow moment before I even knew the term metaverse in like this context. Like I heard of it in a sci-fi context, but not in any kind of like practical real world way.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of VR and I know it's been around since the 80s, but you know, I haven't really heard of it, you know, having a practical use case like we're trying to do on this blockchain. The gaming stuff is kind of obvious, but then there's all this other potential, you know, in more like seemingly mundane things. But anyway, my first experience with this was walking into a Kodame Art and Tech Festival like gallery and just seeing this amazing artist created space in 3D for the first time and being absolutely blown away. And that was like my first experience with like NFT art. And the whole thing for me, so in my mind, is like all combined at once because that's how I experienced it first.
Wow. Jeff?
I don't know where I first heard. It's kind of been in the back of my head for a long time. Well, just since kind of VR's been around, the image of the metaverse has been there. Maybe not as clear as it is now. But like part of what we want to do in here too is incorporate a lot of play to earn type mechanics in there so that people can just come in there, create something and make some money and use it in world or cash out and or hodl or whatever they want to do with it. Mm-hmm. Or like having the tipping function adding in later so that if someone wants to like do a little performance, other people can just send them a tip or do anything really.
Nice. That's cool. You can have like street performers in the metaverse. That's
exactly. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm interested in on your guys' part is this right now the Near Hub, the beginning of the Near Metaverse? Is this like just a fun project for you both? Are you planning on monetizing it in some way? Are you planning on growing the team of people building on it, or is this just like a bunch of creatives that are just, you know, passionately building this because they think it's going to be amazing and they're really into the idea of it?
It's really
all the above.
Yeah, because I mean it's elements of everything, especially since it's such a wide scope of different activities we're going to get into. There's passions for both of us that are accessible. Like for Jeff, he's going to be able to do his DJing in the metaverse anytime he feels like, basically. And for me, I'll be able to work with artists and collaborate and display my own art in the metaverse. Mm-hmm. And we both want to give that experience to everybody. Mm-hmm. So
also want to build it out to be a self-sustaining platform so it can actually persist longevity.
Yeah.
And we also we're working on creating it so that the whole site will be able to be ideally run in nodes so that people will be able to eventually kind of string up a node to support the metaverse network and then exchange do some mining on the back end so that kind of have our own token and then grow the network out that way so it'll be more sustainable because it won't be one entity trying to host 1 million servers.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, why don't do we have a is a demo possible? Is that a thing we can do with a shared screen on the stream?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely possible.
Let's go into the metaverse. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Let me see about this. I'm new to your software,
so are
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're going to be building in, working with MintGate to do token-gated custom rooms here. So then for like DAOs and stuff, anyone that's on the DAO and voting can get a little token-gated thing and only they could enter the room.
Nice.
Wow.
Who made the Rise and Grind art back there?
Oh, that was me like a couple hours ago.
Nice. Dig it.
He's been grinding, bro.
That's right, man. Always. So this is a little something we whipped up in a few days for an Astro DAO event that was held. You can click on these panels and go to a link to vote at a specific DAO. We were told to build a space station, and it's kind of kind of like what we did. The
Dude,
Mars was thrown in for free.
Who told you to build a space station?
That was James actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there is that theme. Okay, I mean, it does look. I definitely get the space station vibe. So this is next level, man.
Was it difficult to build the planet like outside of the windows?
That,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's actually a fairly simple element. The texture is hard to make, but we can get over there
Wow,
a little
that's
closer
cool.
up to it.
Well, it's not like most people know. It's not like most people know what it's actually made of.
No, but I'm going to show you right now. Boom.
Oh,
It's hollow inside.
Yeah, this is
So-
some next level travel. Hold
We
on.
just kinda-
this corners of the screen don't bend. It's more immersive.
We just kind of hang out in here sometimes. Anyway,
Nice. We should have a party inside Mars. It sounds fun.
So this
Yeah.
one's the main room. So this is going to be like the portals to everything. And then
Yeah.
we've hid. Well, Nick hid some the Rise and Grind logos.
there might be a few of them here and
Nice.
there. About.
So if
Some are harder to
anyone,
find than others.
if you screenshot when you find them, and there's some instructions in here, but we're doing some NFT giveaways, and the first person to find all of them will win a special NFT, and the more you find, you get a better NFT out of it.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
indeed. Oh, and if you want to find them all in here, you're definitely going to have to fly. And you can fly, by the way, you can fly into the buildings if you're flying. Just FYI. Oop, maybe didn't need to show you that one. Anyway,
Do you have the link available for that one, Nick, or is it the main one?
I got a link
Or what's the room number?
for sure. The room number here is 045332.
Heard it here first, folks.
And everything you need to do the little scavenger hunt is in this room.
And then we'll be posting a tweet on Twitter with the details.
Cool.
Yes,
Yeah,
We
we'll
gave a
share
little
that.
head start here first.
Mhm.
Oh, and might as well hit this room as well. This is something we just kind of whipped up in a day. There's a little fun little feature in here where you can take your pen and do some drawing.
No way.
And we're doing another little giveaway with this one too. So if people do a drawing, take a picture and tweet it, and tag us in Rise and Grind, we have another prize for that as well.
That's so cool.
Anarchist A. Oop, there we go.
Can you make NFTs out of these?
Soon, yes.
You totally can.
Nice.
Hop back into this hub here.
Within about
Yeah,
2 weeks, the
portal.
marketplace should be in there. So then it'll just be a click away.
Got it. So all of these terminals do they take you to different, like are they, is it just one room or is it?
So
Okay.
right now, so this is kind of a still beta version of the room. But right now, these are links that will take you to Awesome Near,
Got it.
where you can go to all your different
But we're going to be
Categories.
building it out with like room links to all the other projects and links to their sites directly from in the rooms.
Cool. For the NFT marketplace, is that going to be like a literal space in here where you can walk around like an art gallery?
Nick, can you open the chat bar for a second?
Yeah.
To start, it's going to be kind of like a pop-up like that, but on the other side on the left.
Okay.
And then it'll have everything listed in there. And then eventually it's going to be incorporated into a room as well.
Cool.
We have been working on some different galleries and stuff for it. And then working on some other functions so that we can actually do function calls within the world. And then
Cool.
it's going to open up a whole lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
How far along, and sorry, if you have other stuff to demo, like you can feel free, but how far along are you in terms of opening this up fully to the community? Like if I wanted to host a meeting with my guild in here, could I do that now, or is it still in development?
Yeah, definitely. It's still, it is a little bit in development, but we have two servers where we have a dev server and then the main one. So we're kind of doing all the changes first to the dev one and then push them live. If there's a meeting that you're having, if you just maybe let us know ahead of time first, just to make sure that we don't push a change while you're having your meeting. But this week, within the next couple of days, we're going to be pushing the Near testnet login onto the main server. And then, but yeah, it's available, it's open. There's no cost to use it.
Awesome.
So yeah, you can jump in a room or can kind of press a button and create a new one with the ones that are there. And you can make a private room too and stuff.
Okay, so I have a ton of questions actually, and I'm putting on both the Move Capital venture investment hat and also the core like DGen community hat. So first question is, are you guys originally from Near? Was Near your first ecosystem? Did you look at any other ecosystems to see if they have an active metaverse and if that metaverse is being built?
As far as, well, when we kind of came up with the project for the metaverse, I'd already been Near converted. I used to do Solidity, but there's just so much more flexibility that you can do with Near. Just between being able to use assembly script or WebAssembly and gas not costing thousands of dollars to do something complicated. You know, like a basic transfer on Ethereum is like 30, 50 bucks just to do anything. So it kind of makes it not as feasible to use in a metaverse situation or in gaming when there's going to be lots of quick interactions. When it's like you press something and now you have to pay $100 and wait 20 minutes. You know, it's not really as fun for a game. So with Near, it's like under 3 seconds for final confirmation. Most transactions are a fraction of a cent, and it's with the sharding practically limitless transactions. So it just kind of made sense with where this is going to go in the future, that to have something that'll be able to support it and actually be able to not just be able to support it, but make it so that everyday users can interact with it and not be priced out of it.
Yeah. So this actually leads me to my next question. How can other people build with you in the Near metaverse? So is this the kind of thing where someone's like, yo, I want to build my own planet, and you're like, cool, here's the sign on, here's the tools, get going, and you can have like multiple people building in parallel? Or is this the kind of thing where it's just you guys for the minute?
Well, so that's a little bit where we differ from some of the other metaverse projects that are out there. We don't just sell you a piece of land and then leave you on your own to figure it out. We will help you build your own spot, you know, and keep it up and keep it modified and current with whatever media or events you're holding or running.
And we also, oh yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And yeah, we have a full design staff, a full staff of artists already. We're actually hiring, by the way. We're hiring all kinds of, you know, digital 3D modelers and artists, animators, riggers, sound engineers. If you call yourself a metaverse architect, we'd probably like to talk to you.
And we also have a built-in editor so that someone can create their own space as well. If they go to nearhub.online/spoke, SPOKE, it kind of opens up into a 3D room editor, and then you can import files from Blender and stuff into there as well if needed. And then from there, it can just push it into here, so then anyone can kind of participate.
Mm-hmm.
Building a level on Halo, kind of.
Yeah.
Thanks for dating yourself, Sue.
Yeah, thanks.
Halo 1.
So here's another question, you know. So like I'm trying to get my head around, you know, you're sitting there and you're talking about buying and selling land in the metaverse, and you're like, okay, well, you know, if it's expansive, then technically, you know, you can keep building land, you know, on multiple sides of this metaverse, and it, you know, goes out and out and out like a planetary system. So then where does the value come? the value comes from the integrations of where the metaverse is being used to where your land is, right? So all of a sudden the capacity to direct people to your land amidst the congestion of everything going on becomes important. I'm thinking like how this changes how we think about, you know, the usage of crypto. And so first question on that front is, it's like, let's say that I'm a project, and I could be like a gaming project. I could be an NFT project. I could be any of the kind of creator economy stack of projects. I could hypothetically only list my token in the metaverse, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, we want to bring in a lot of utility tokens into here as well. Like, we're working with Cheddar to do some few different things. We have a Cheddar room set up, a little Cheddar farm that we're going to be doing, eventually building up with some possibly, well, I'm not supposed to leak it yet, so, but some really cool things are coming in there.
Now, I believe it was you telling me not to, you know, be careful with what I was talking about.
But part of it too is with ours, we're not doing it as one kind of never-ending plane.
Okay.
It's kind of, each person can kind of create their own mini world, or like room, so to speak, and we can link rooms off rooms and kind of doing it more that way. So it's kind of more like, using your phrase, Nick, kind of like a choose your own adventure. You know, so you can get into a room, there's a couple different doors there, and, you know, it can go there, or going to meet a friend and you have the room number and you can just punch in the room number and go direct to that room. You know, so in this way, it's a lot, like, makes it possible for people to be able to come in here on a mobile phone, because it's not trying to load a planet into the resources of it.
No.
You know, it's just kind of making it more bite-sized, and then can do more graphically, and with, you know, just because it's dealing with more controlled space, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Wow, I am trying to just keep up with like all of the different like just functions that you're like being able to just like drop GIFs and draw on stuff. Like it's like I don't know. I think even for me, this is kind of hard to wrap my head around, and my boomer parents would have really a hard time processing this. But okay, do you see that question from Josh?
Josh Ashtial, he was asking what near platform is being talked about here. I don't know if you guys want to go into the kind of stack of how this connects to near or its relationship.
Yeah, right now, well, on our later today and on our dev server, it's basically when people log in, it's directly through near. So when they're walking around, it'll have their near address or as their name. And then it'll have direct integration with different apps through their APIs, as well as the marketplace on here directly, and then gonna have the like tipping and peer-to-peer transfer function built in. Yes, this is NearHub.
Yep.
NearHub.online.
Yeah. Super, super cool. So there's so many ways we can take this at this point. I think I'm more interested in hearing about how you guys intend to scale it. So like what is the maximum capacity? Can anyone create a room? How are you trusting that kind of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha gamers are just gonna organically come and inhabit this? How do you see this developing at scale going forward?
The max capacity, so far, we haven't come close to hitting our server limit. Hasn't really gone over 30% of usage, just because most of the processing is done in browser. So the server basically feeds the scene, and then it does a little bit of the interaction for the voice and everything, but the majority of it is processed by the end user's device. And then we can also kind of infinitely expand the servers as needed. so we can just keep adding more servers to it, essentially. The room size, it depends on the complexity of the room, how many people can fit in there.
Also, the complexity of the avatars they're wearing.
Yeah, just because the more people that are in there, it's more for the device to track. Like if someone's on a gaming computer, it doesn't really matter. Sorry, that one.
We'll do that just for you, Harsh. Don't worry.
That's our other partner. He's been instrumental.
He's lonely.
For us here.
He's very lonely right now.
Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, I would hope so. Okay, so Josh asked, just to clarify here, Dare asks, is there going to be a token? Dare he asks. So the question here is like, if there is a token, what kind of functionality can you imagine for the token? Would it be, to allow new people to enter the metaverse, to allow new products to integrate, to earn transaction fees off of the products in the metaverse? How do you guys see the token, and what is the plan? I mean, you mentioned that there probably will be one, but is there
any? It's kind of more than a probably. It's more like it's kind of integral to a lot of our ideation around this project.
Yeah,
I feel like we need a token. Yeah.
Yeah, well, partially for when we implement the mining, a token will make it much easier since we can't just create near. It'd be awesome if we could just mine that, but and then as well for like in-game currency, so that can have a token that they can set limits on, so that we can just exchange within there without having to go to the wallet to approve everything. Kind of do it more like a Google pop-up kind of thing for the approval, like in a Google Pay type thing. And then
only most certainly not Google. It's just going to be that easy.
And then as well for like buying and selling NFTs and stuff within there, and different promotional and games and
That's going to be so cool. I mean, yeah. So speaking on behalf of Move Capital, right, the near VC, we should definitely set up a call with between you guys and Rune and myself, because I think a lot of people are going to start wondering how they can get into these digital property plays like what y'all are building, and the opportunity is just so immense. It's absolutely incredible. Have you guys thought about accepting investment? You said you have a full team of designers. Are you funded sufficiently in the near future? What does your funding trajectory look like?
Well, it has promise. So far it's not quite looking like some of the other metaverses funding they've been getting. Like, saw an article where there's like most of them were getting like $10 to $100 million or something. So we're not there.
There's some crazy investment happening right now, guys. Crazy. Yeah. So I mean, we are of course open to all forms of investment, I think. And we're in talks with a lot of different groups at the moment.
Kronir, he's been working hard and kind of handling more of the networking side of that. I've been kind of doing more of the dev side. Nick's been heading up the art department. So we kind of,
Nice.
We're like a well-oiled machine.
So we're running out of time here fast because we got to do Man Cicada trading analysis in about 5 minutes. What I would love to hear both of you opine on, to give your opinion on, is so why are you long Near and why are you long the metaverse, each one respectively?
Ooh, I don't get to opine very often. That's gonna be fun. Jeff, do you want to take that first?
Yeah. So for why Near, that well, it's quite a few reasons, really. Essentially, well, aside from the stuff kind of before with it kind of being secure, fast, cheaper, one of the biggest things with Near is the community. Like, it's incredibly helpful. Everyone's trying to be supportive of each other. everyone's trying to push each other up as opposed to most things in this world. It's been very few times in my life where fully experienced where everyone is just out for everyone's best interest. And in the process of that, everyone does amazing along the way. So it's, yeah, and like, yeah, even just like the dev support team, like Jen's, kind of everyone is awesome. Like they all kind of come together and all push for the same thing. Like in 60-70% of the coins are staked or locked. Like there's so much potential here. The assembly script, web, like it's just, you can do almost anything that you can really think of. There's not really much limits. There's amazing grants available, like the businesses on NearDAO, all the other grants, the marketing DAOs, all the guilds. Like it's just a great place to be.
Yeah.
I think the thing that kept me was like the sheer like amount of creative energy that flows through this blockchain. It's just like nothing I had really ever experienced before, and it's really just the ideas that people are talking about, the projects people are working on. It's really fascinating place to be, and like Jeff said, the community is amazing. The opportunities here are amazing. As an artist, it's one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had, I think. Being an artist is a struggle most of the time, and especially in the mediums that I was interested in. I did a lot of primitive art forms. But what I'm doing right now, trying to combine the physical and the digital together, yeah, it's been an amazing experience. And I've almost become a near like maximalist, like
Nice.
without intending to, because I don't really need another blockchain. Like there's nothing about my experience that tells me, oh, I'm going to have to go somewhere else, to do what I want to do with my artwork or my vision, So it just doesn't even come into my thinking. I just, yeah.
And for the long metaverse for both of you. So obviously you're first movers in this space. You're building something that most of us are only just getting familiar with what the word is.
That kind of happened organically too. We were playing around with this first as an idea for a game. Like we were going to use this style of software for creating our own little video game, like hangout rooms. And it just kind of evolved from there. We started spending all of our time in the metaverse. We started having every meeting in the metaverse. And then we started realizing the possibilities the more that we talked to each other while we were in there. Like, this would be great for that. This would be great for this. Why don't we do this? And it's like, you know what? Why don't we do this? And, we started looking into how hard it would be to actually do this. And, we found pathways to get to where we wanted to be. And
found awesome teammates. And the whole project has, in a way, kind of been surreal and like the serendipity of the whole thing. Like, we'll be talking about something one day and then being like, okay, well, let's not focus on that now. That's like a year down the road project. And then the next day we're introduced to someone that's like, hi, I do this professionally. And it's exactly what we were talking about the day before. It's just like, okay. And yeah, it's just, everything's just kind of been falling together perfectly.
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing.
It's, yeah.
And so like the metaverse in general, I almost called it the nearverse because I'm just so like, I kind of think about the metaverse and near is linked in my head. But anyway, the metaverse in general, I was a kid that read mostly sci-fi books. I didn't watch TV or movies. I listened to music and read sci-fi. So I've kind of been inspired by the metaverse, since I was very young. And, being able to build it is honestly like a dream come true for me.
One of the kind of main things that I think is going to separate ours between Facebook is people will have privacy here. Like Facebook is going to be recording everything they look at, touch, how they move, who they interact with, how they look at them, how, like they already know too much. Giving them access to what you're looking at, how you move, everything, it's like, that scares me.
Yeah.
Whereas we're going to be completely peer-to-peer encrypted. There's nothing recorded. It's just...
Yeah, you don't have to trust us. It's literally just built in.
It's a trustless system.
Yeah.
So it's... Yeah.
Are there any other? I know that when it comes to the metaverse with Facebook, that's kind of the biggest concern is the privacy piece. But there also seems to be more of like a kind of I don't know, like an existential problem of like moving into this like alternate reality. Like I don't know. Do you feel like have you gotten any?
I view it as a massive upgrade because right now everybody is almost like the old scrying mirrors from like witchcraft and stuff. Everybody's staring in these little black screens all the time.
Yeah. That's a really good point, actually.
And walking into traffic. And I think augmented reality and these kinds of experiences are far more smoother and make more sense, like intuitively as humans.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and can convey more information.
Yeah.
Which is what communication is all about.
That's a really great additional point to all this dialogue about the metaverse that I don't think is appreciated enough. You know, like people don't think long term and to imagine the world that the metaverse, you know, begets and how it's going to change us from this zombified world of today where literally everyone is on their phone. And if you drive a car in the States and you look at the person next to you at the stoplight, chances are they're going to miss the stoplight by 3 seconds because they're on their phone.
It's almost like a self-imposed disability in a way, because it takes away a lot of what it is to be human when you're spending so much time in front of a screen. Yeah. And if you can bring more of that back and still get all the benefits that you get from being online, then I think that's, you know, it's better than nothing.
And it's weird, like when you're in there for a while, and even though it's just like avatars talking, after a couple minutes, it just feels normal.
Yeah.
Like it just feels comfortable to kind of be like in there and communicating. And
it's something Vlad talks about, the sense of presence you get, you know, that you don't really get in a tech or even this kind of a conversation necessarily. Like even when we can see each other, but we're not in the space together doing things. You know?
And like the audio in there, as you move away from someone or turn your head, it kind of switches from ear to ear. So it gives more realism to it. And like for a site like the Astro DAO, gonna have all the voting and stuff worked into here eventually. So then it's like people can just not just go to a website, but they can have an experience at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And awesome. You can kind of like put more information around. It's kind of like almost feels like a museum to go around and look, as opposed to just like here's some text to read.
Right.
Well, for both of you, you know, as you guys develop this product, as NearHub continues to grow, let us know. We'll bring you back on the show to showcase the latest additions to the space station and everything that's being built. And hopefully, you know, we'll be able to build out kind of a series of like how the near metaverse is expanding and upgrading in these coming months.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we're down. That sounds awesome, guys.
We'll have more scavenger hunts.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, well, Jeff and Orster, it's been a real pleasure. I think on my side, I'm just happy that you guys are the ones building this, you know, with your backgrounds and where you're coming from. That's how it should be. So keep doing your thing, and we'll be in touch on the Move Capital side as well, because I think there's a lot of interest in what you guys are doing, and so keep up the great work.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, sir.
And
you guys have a good one.
To answer that question, we should have an open forest protocol room in. We'll definitely put one together.
Sounds good.
All right. See you guys.
Awesome. Have an amazing day.
Yep. See y'all.
All right. So
what's up,
Mansa? All right. We only got 10 minutes, but there's so much to talk about. I'm actually you're on mute, bro. Bro, you're muted.
I'll rip it up, guys. I'll rip it out.
No, you can rip it out. But before we do this, I wanted to share my own little tweet thing to talk about, because this is about Bitcoin. But you know, so just for a heads up, this part of the show is called Mansa Keda's Technical Analysis. basically delves into the look at the price markets for near for the larger crypto space, just to kind of get it where it might be. So, and that you can't copy the link actually, so that's not super helpful. But so maybe to start, first of all, none of this is financial advice, this is opinion. Everything here is opinion. But to start, let's have a look at the graphs for today, Mansa. Let's look at where's near's at. Let's bring it up and let's start talking.
Let's go. This time I'm prepared, so it should work immediately. You see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
let's start. Wait, is this one? I will start just with the actual chart right now at this moment. So I've identified for the week, right? We're on the weekly chart, which means that one candle equals a week. I've identified two major key points where we should be looking at, and if these points are not hit, then yeah, you should just chill and sip a cocktail or something, because like nothing will happen if these are not hit. So these price points are like $11.8 and $10.44 ish dollars. These like this is the range that we're battling in. It's more clear here in the daily. It's very interesting because near price yesterday fell from $11 to like 10 and a bit, and like the point that I just identified, 11.88, kind of like it's attempting to like break it, but you see like there's a wick here, so there's like one line that goes up. It was attempted to break, but then it got like rejected on this resistance line. So this is really the line that needs to break in order for the price. Once the price breaks this line right here, it's over. We go back to like the price discovery, and the price discovery can be like any point. My analysis would be that near will go to $16, which will be crazy, but it needs to break like already like this point here where it fell last time, like above 12 to $13. So that's the main point right now on the price on the daily, right? So we have to wait until it really breaks around like 11.88. That's the first one to break. And then here all-time high was around 13.23. So these are the two major points you have to look at. If it doesn't hit here, like don't care unless it breaks 1040 ish. That's like the first thing on the analysis for today. On a weekly, it gives you this right here. Again, on a weekly, we're good. We've been going higher and higher every week. This body candle is very bullish because it equals this one here 4 weeks ago. So I would say for now, bullish momentum. The price is not likely going to drop like anymore as that. So I would keep it at that for now. So very, very positive for now. I have no warnings yet. Also, only that like obviously Bitcoin will not go higher and higher like that. It will break at some point. So let's go to this near Bitcoin. You remember, guys, I talked about, I think it was the first Mansa Keita technical lesson. I talked about like this W figure right here. Like you see like a W forming. This is like the first leg of the W. The point is now, so on a weekly, it's important. Basically, maybe I can show you like here. Like here you see like all different W's. Like if you really have an imagination, you can see them. Like W here, W here, like kind of W's all the way right here. And then all W's until like these are all points where you can be like, okay, near is going to explode at one point. And it happened exactly here on in August. It like basically near outperformed Bitcoin for at least until September. So for at least 1 good month, near outperformed Bitcoin. This is what it says, right? It's the near BTC pair. Now what we see is that Bitcoin outperformed near from the week of 20th September until the week of like the 11th of October. But now we can see again that NEAR is picking up again from the 18th of October against Bitcoin. So this is basically meaning that like NEAR is gaining some momentum against Bitcoin. Now, what we see here, this figure right here is a V-top. Like I always talk about the V-top. It's inverted V. This means that this area will get retested anytime soon. And since like we see the W forming right here, this is going to happen. Like I would say around February, March, this might happen where different altcoins will explode, and this is what we're gonna get like very soon. So the first part of the W is confirmed. Let's wait for the other one. It should be like this, and then it will go up again. That's the analysis, at least for this week. So very bullish on Bitcoin, very bullish on the normal spot price of NEAR right here. So overall bullish, but yet again, I would if I do, let's check BTC real quick. This is the weekly of BTC. Like you can see it here again, higher. It's a higher low here, higher highs. So this high is higher than this one. This low is higher than this one. So this means like bullish continuation, and the price shouldn't go lower that crazy. You see it here. It happened here as well. Higher highs than here, higher lows in here, higher high this one against this one, higher low against this one, higher high this one against this one. So it repeats itself. So this is what's happening right now. Although we're seeing that these candles are bigger than these candles right here. So we're seeing that the price is slowing down a little bit here. So this can be like it's around this point here where the price was got rejected, like at least for a few weeks here. So we're at that same point. So now we're retesting this whole region right here. But from the moment we get away of that region, Bitcoin will go up again. So that's basically on the price. I wanted to, how much time do I have left?
3 minutes.
Perfect. I just wanted to touch on this scheme right here. It's very important to bear that in mind because this is the path to alt season. It all starts with
zoom in if you can. Zoom in on the.
Oh, you want me to zoom in? Wait.
Yeah, just there we go. Yeah,
is it better like that? Yeah. Perfect. So this is mostly this is what happens. Bitcoin came on the news this week again because there was a new all-time high. So what generally happens is that people invest in Bitcoin. Like 2 to 3 weeks ago, Coinbase was like #1 downloaded in the States, for example. Wow. So price went to, all the money went to Bitcoin. And then what happens most of the times is a phase overlap where like Ethereum is like struggling because Bitcoin is gaining some momentum, whatever. And then at some point, Ethereum follows Bitcoin and then it goes up like that. Normally, these are the large caps. So from Ethereum, then it goes to the other large caps, for the moment, it's like these shitcoins, Dogecoin, and anything like that. But after that, what happens after that, this is my point about what's going to happen with Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, is that they will all go to different altcoins. And I've made my point clear last time again when I said that NEAR is like number 35 right now. It was 38 last week. So this is already like a great jump. But what's going to happen is that like most of this, like here you see
$12 today. That's what's up. Sorry, I was muted when I said that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's go.
So you have Dogecoin and Shiba Inu right here. They have like a crazy market cap, like 30 billion. But that money is going to go somewhere eventually because these are all large caps, all of them, right? These large caps will like lose some momentum and it will go to like lower caps just right here. And where's NEAR? Number 35. So my guess is that all that money will go to like plays of people right here, and NEAR will gain some spots. I would say my end of the year prediction is that NEAR will end in a top 20 spot. That's my prediction, which is like pretty high because when you check who's number 20, it's like 12 billion, and NEAR is around 6 billion. So it's like, yeah, it's actually a ×2, so that's fine. That's okay. That's doable. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is just like this guy right here. Look at his smile. His app. This smile right here is just like, I steal money from you.
Look at that smile. Look at
you
that.
know, he's just stealing money from us. And what did he say? Like, he owns cryptocurrency and he's been interested in it for a while. So what's basically gonna happen here is that at some point Apple will be like, okay, guys, you can buy a new iPhone with Bitcoin. And the same effect that what Elon Musk said about Tesla, the same effect will happen to Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin will reach around 100,000 to 200,000 K a coin. This is the reason right here. And I have just one little other small reason is that like the new major elect of New York City says that like all schools basically like all schools need to where is it here teach some cryptocurrency and Bitcoin basically.
Yep.
So this is huge news. Like if a mayor is saying this,
yep.
What do you think is going to happen once like they will start saying that like the state of New York pays his employees in Bitcoin? Like
Yep.
this is just going to explode the price. So that's
what we got. All right, guys. Mansa, it's always a pleasure. Well done as for the usual, and let's see what November and December brings. You know, we'll have you on next week.
Wow.
We'll have time to march along and watch this trajectory. But
Perfect.
I suspect it's not financial advice, but we're in a nice spot right now in the semi calm before the storm.
Yes,
exactly.
And remember,
Thanks
guys,
for having me, guys.
be here, be near.
Be here, be near. That's it.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Let's rise and grind.
Bye bye.